Welcome to the PKS Social. Welcome to the PKS.
All right, everyone.
Hello. Welcome back. We're back.
We're so excited. This was a really great episode.
It was.
On PKS Social.
Hopefully you guys are caught up.
Yes. Again, this is Tammy, one of the PKs, along with
Amber.
And we're so excited to dive into, we're going to go right into this new episode of Greenleaf.
Yeah, this one starts out with Tammy's favorite part, with Lady Mae. She's really disgruntled. She's gotten some news that this Deacon Connie, is up to some schemes again.
She really is
going in and letting the pastor know. Well, he's trying to talk to her, and she's all worked up because Connie has sent her an invoice. And as she states, the invoice is from she changes everything a day with Lady Mae. So this was last season. So here it is, the whole new season, and now Connie wants to send her a bill talking about you owe money, when Lady Mae states it's not about the money.
It's about those that are classless and dumb and brutish, paper cutout of women trying to pose their power, and it just really upsets Lady Mae. And I tell y'all, let me tell you something. When I tell you this scene, what she said spoke to my inner soul, because I too know people that are a paper cutout of a woman, and they are classless and they are brutish. And I tell you, it was very interesting. I'm gonna move on, but you always gotta go above and beyond and look past the foolishness and stay safe.
She did. She brought herself
stay
back
a Christian, and she actually did. She even went above and beyond. She paid her invoice because Connie sent her an invoice
of like
related to it was thousands. It was thousands of dollars, but she kept it cool. She paid it off.
And
classy old Lady Mae kept it moving.
Not Carissa. Their assistant, the pastor's assistant, who she handed the check to. She told her, just let Miss Connie know I've paid my debt. So I feel like when she said it was like, I'm gonna go on and take care of this, but you're gonna need me before I need you.
It probably is.
I feel like
knowing Lady Mae, it's probably, it probably has something to do with
I felt like she was kind of like, let me go and take care of this, because I don't know, maybe that's just me assuming, but something's going to happen where Connie probably has kicked herself in the butt.
Right.
She's going to need Lady Mae.
She will. And I must say, I definitely think that on this episode, I also had issues with Crazy Greenleaf, Charity. I had issues with how Charity basically was just, she was beyond herself, and she definitely needs to consider counseling, as we said before. Yeah. But she's playing right into her role of spy, and she made up with Grace to ensure that Grace trusts her, and she's decided that she wants to.
Oh, she had the whole song and dance. I missed my sister. I feel like at first Grace was kind of hesitant, but she ended up believing the foolery, since Charity was being halfway believable at the moment. Saying she is just glad she has her sister back, but we of course know she is.
And the sad part is, it's really not about ministry for Charity at this point, because Charity said she didn't want to be the minister of music. She just wants to be on the team. So you basically don't care about.
She's basically power hungry. She feels like she doesn't have enough power.
Exactly.
And instead of letting that be her ministry, that's what she's gifted for. She's taken this attitude of that's not important enough, even though that is ministry as well. Just take her stay in your lane, but I don't think she realizes she's finna get all out of her lane, trying to be seen and trying to be keeping up with Grace and Jacob.
Right.
I did notice how I feel like we know Charity is gullible. Even at that restaurant, when she was talking to Phil and she was letting him know that, she kind of had second thoughts because she had a nice moment with her dad. They were singing at the piano.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that's when her conscience kind of got to her, and she was kind of second guessing herself. And of course, she tells Phil, who's going to tell her the exact opposite of what she's feeling, which is, basically you gotta concentrate, stick to the plan. He buttered her up real good, told her she was cute. I feel like he did more flirting, and it's not genuine. He's using his flirtatious ways because when it comes to men, as we have seen, she can be gullible. So, I feel like she's definitely falling for his scheme. He's just gonna keep whining her and dining her and making her think that her plan will work. So, I thought that was pretty interesting because I noticed how gullible she was. I think I knew it, but in that moment, it just reminded me, like, you let this man send you out against your own family.
Yeah.
Because he flirting with you, but
yeah. Yeah, she has a lot to contend with, and she mentally, spiritually, she just got a lot going on. She does. I am really glad that also on this episode, Jacob did a good job.
1 point for
you don't agree with Jacob?
I feel 1 point. We're 4 seasons in. He finally has a good deed. He's finally growing up.
Yeah. Well, that's good to see.
It is good to see.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. My patience with Jacob is kind of thin because it's like, well, I'll give him credit. He has been trying, even on the last seasons. He would have moments where he would try, but they were just that. They were moments. Like, he was always screwing up. You were doing good, then you messed with Tasha. You were doing good. It was just,
yeah, that's true.
He wasn't consistent.
What you think about what Pastor Greenleaf, what his dad told him about Carissa?
I'm trying to remember the moment. His dad.
You know what? We'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about that next week. But
I'm trying to remember a moment with them, but we'll
talk about that next week. But anyway, so this episode was very interesting. What were some other pointers?
We didn't expound on what exactly it was that Jacob did. That was
true.
That was good. He finally did something good. He's mentoring this young kid or
young ball player. Is it a basketball player?
He's a basketball player. He got the job as the basketball player's mentor. To kind of clean up his image. He got in a little trouble. So yeah, it'll look good if your mentor is Pastor Greenleaf. So there was a moment where they were in the gym hanging out. It was the guy, Jacob, and the guy's friend. And right before the friend or the ball player was about to leave, he offered Jacob, I think it was $10,000. Anyway, it was like more than $1,000 to basically say, if anyone asks or if you're
to lie for him.
Yeah, let him basically say, I'm on the straight and narrow,
yeah.
Let me kick it.
Yeah.
And Jacob, surprisingly, did not take the money. And in that moment, the ball player said, I was just testing you. Now, I didn't know if he was really just testing him.
Yeah, I was wondering about that too.
I feel like you weren't testing him, but at the same time, you were kind of glad he didn't take the money because now you trust him.
Yeah.
So I feel like in one hand, the ball player was being slick, like, nah, you really was trying to buy an image. But in the other hand, your respect level was kind of confirmed. Like, you didn't know if you could respect him or trust him, but at that moment, you kind of were like, okay, he's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
And of course, Jacob was proud of himself because that was the first thing he told Carissa about when he got home, which was, I had an opportunity to. He didn't expound on it. He just said, I feel like I'm doing a good work. I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
He wants to keep the land that they have.
What do you think about Carissa's response to him sharing what he did and how he tried to help the young man and how he made the better decision?
I'm trying to remember what her response was.
That's the point. It wasn't memorable because it wasn't supportive.
True.
Carissa it just kind of shocked me that she wouldn't be supportive of her husband, especially knowing, what he's gone through and what they've gone through together as a couple. She's more concerned about getting what she wants.
She was just thinking about that land.
And that house.
And he doesn't want to give the land away, which I think is a good thing now that he feels like he has made headway. He has more confidence in himself that he can stay on the straight and narrow. I think that was something that he needed to show him that it was possible for him. And like you said, she really wants to say that she was basically, in fact, she was more so upset that he doesn't want to sell the land, even though he wants to keep it for ministry purposes.
Right.
She's basically, because I want to say in another scene, we see, even though they had that conversation, and he asked for a week, we'll think about it for a week. I'll pray about it, but I feel like I need to keep this land. But I will pray about it since we're partners. And the next thing, she's still looking for a way. And I'm like...
Yeah, Carissa is really showing her hand.
She's showing her true colors.
And it seemed like she was trying to be the more sound mind one on the last season. But this season... Yeah, Carissa is extremely... This season, she's just been very selfish, kind of, in a way. But it also seems like she's, in some way, just trying to find... And I think she's justifying it by she mentally needs her own space. She needs her own peace of mind. I can't. Yeah, I can too, especially from Lady Mae.
She don't get along with Lady Mae.
Right, but I feel like that's self-created because you really want to be Lady Mae. Like, you really want to be a first lady. You really want a certain lifestyle. You really want a certain title or entitlement in life. And I feel like you just really you're grabbing for straws. You're just doing whatever you can do to get what you want to have this certain image that you're expecting to have. But it's just unbelievable.
I feel like even that scene, not this week but last week at the dinner table when she went off on Grace, why are you so hung up on it?
Right,
whatever you think.
Now I will say this, it's almost like a I told you so type of moment with Grace, because in the very first season she was never open or warm or welcoming to Grace, and I felt like it's because she really knows how Grace can be.
Right.
Like we're starting. She saw the potential for damage. She saw the potential for the negativity that has come, and it's almost like she had a sense of that in the first season, but you didn't understand why she felt the way she felt about Grace. But now you're seeing. This all comes down to how you came in here and you basically tore down everybody's playhouse, including your own. Like, you didn't know it was going to come back. Everything that you call yourself doing for the name of right, for the name of we got to keep everything correct and right in this family. If we're going to call ourselves ministers in a ministry, we got to do it correctly. But you got your own skeletons. And I felt like Carissa, she must have in some form of fashion.
She knew about the skeletons.
I don't think she knew about those skeletons specifically, but I think she feels as if you are not perfect. I don't care what you want to say or want people to believe. You're not a perfect person. And for you to come and just basically, you're condoning everyone in the house, but you got your own situations, which is interesting to see this season. You're starting to see a whole nother life, a whole secret life that she clearly moved away to deal with. And now it's coming back, almost like her past is coming back to haunt her. So it's interesting to see how she's going to handle everything coming her way. And she may handle it correctly. But the fact that you have issues that you got to handle, I think that's what Carissa's issue is. You have situations of your own, but you want to point to everybody else. And honestly, I mean, that's true. It is truthful.
Okay, what do you mean
it's
everybody else? Who is she pointing at? I feel like Grace's biggest issue was Faith. When Faith was being molested by the uncle.
Well, to me, that's why she came back. She wanted to get to the bottom of it. But now we're seeing...
in that she ended up putting everybody else on Front Street.
Correct.
In her quest.
You've blasted... I feel like she's had issues with Jacob. She had issues with Charity and what was going on with Charity. And even though she had valid points and concerns, even though she felt it her place to make sure they know that they need to deal with their situations, but she has her own situations that she needs to deal with. The problem is she's not willing to deal with them or share that she has problems. She wants to hide her stuff for whatever reason. You have reasoning. She's hidden it like
entire
child,
a
grown man at this point.
He's a grown man in jail, so we don't know the story behind that.
Right.
What I do, or what we knew, I felt like we knew was going to happen. Sophia was going to see that self-righteous behavior that her mom has been displaying, and she not gonna fool with her no more. Like, y'all were supposed to have this trip planned and take her to school, or no, she said she wasn't gonna go to school. She was gonna stay here. Then after that came out is, I'm going to school. I don't need you to take me. My daddy got me. I'm good. And I feel like Sophia was about to make a little progress. Last season she had the issue with her surgery. and she found out she couldn't have children, and that negatively affected her. And I feel like she was coming back around, because at first she didn't want nothing to do with the church. She was on a good path. She was coming back around. I was gonna say she was hanging with Zora, but I don't think that was good. But anyway, she was hanging with her cousin.
Well, she still needs some family. She needs some type of support, and I feel she and her relationship. Zora's something else. She is something else. But I think needing that support is what her real issue was. She just needed family support,
right?
And I feel like part of the problem with Grace's child too. What's the baby name? I just can't remember. Sophia. Yeah. I think part of her problem with her mother at this point is she probably is thinking about the fact, I can't have children, and you kept a whole child away. Like you weren't even honest about your family life. You had a whole child that you kept from the family, and then and not willing to tell them now. Like the fact that you won't even share it now.
You politely got up and was like, "Well, can we just keep this between?" So you're still trying to keep it a secret,
right?
I feel like at that moment, that's probably when Sophia decided, "I can't do this. I'm not gonna be able to fake it." Like, not only did you keep it, you're continuing to keep the secret. Now you asking me to keep the secret for you.
Correct.
And, she might want to meet her brother. She might want someone to know, like, I have a brother. They might want to get we don't know what Sophia wants now that she knows she has a brother, and her mother is still basically making her responsible for holding this huge secret.
Right.
So,
which is very unfair. I think that's selfish and unfair for you to ask that of your daughter.
Now, she did put a time frame on it. She was like, can we just not say anything? I'm trying to... What was her time frame? She did ask, can we just not say anything until... I can't remember what it was. I think
even there, if there's an until point,
right? You're
asking a lot of a child. That's true. That's a lot to deal with. That's just a lot to deal with for anybody. Maybe Grace, she needs time to figure out what to do or how to handle it, which I totally understand. Just as long as you address it, don't try to cover it up, and then for her not to tell Noah,
now,
it's just mind blowing. Like, what's really going on?
Noah had every right to be upset, but I feel like he was still upset when he left the church after speaking with Grace. But I do feel like he calmed down a little bit when she was basically like, she had her reasons and she brought up the facts, and I think that's what made him. I'm not gonna say okay with it, but I feel like this what made him just leave it alone and let Grace do it on her own timing. When she asked him, "How would your wife feel?" Knowing that you have a child with her and she's having issues conceiving.
Correct. Yes, that's true.
So Grace, I feel like initially Noah was more upset. He wasn't really concerned about the secret. He was more concerned with, this is our child. But when she said that, I feel like she bought herself some time.
Yeah,
he's gonna leave it alone.
So, and honestly, I still don't understand the timeline myself. Like
when she had the kids.
Yeah, was she 19? And I guess maybe that's part of the plot that will unfold in the season.
I think they're trying to set it up to where, to me, it's looking like you said you left town because you couldn't handle your sister's situation, but did you really leave because you were pregnant?
Right?
Because that was around the time. If the boy's 18 or whatever, and however long she was gone, it sounds like when you left, you were pregnant.
Yeah.
But you told
or you got pregnant while you were gone. Like, were you still in connection with Noah?
Now that's what I was thinking too. But I feel like when we met Noah in the first season and they were catching up, that was part of his, not complaint, but something that hurt his feelings. Like, he just up and left. Like, so I don't think she was coming back visiting him and. I feel like she was probably pregnant before she left and just didn't tell anybody.
That's probably exactly
you went to Holden City, had the baby, and didn't say a word.
Did you put him up for adoption? Just what happened?
She did put him up for adoption.
Wow.
Because on the episode, it comes out that he found her when he was looking for his birth mother.
Wow.
So she had put him up for adoption and went on about her life.
Wow.
And he ended up finding his birth mother, which is Grace Greenleaf. So I think it would be very interesting to see where this goes.
Yeah.
If you all are like me and you watch to see what the next clip is for the next episode, we do see her son. She and her son having a conversation. So I did wonder if they're gonna have a relationship. Who knows? It does kind of seem like right now he's not really studying her. You did kind of just he probably feels like you just gave him up and didn't think about him. But
he's definitely
you for the
bitter.
money.
Correct. He's definitely bitter, and hopefully he'll shed some light on some situations.
But you
in
can
the next
tell
episode.
from their conversation when they show his face, he's bitter, which no one is faulting him for that. She did kind of just not tell the whole family about him. So.
Right.
So we're interested to see where this goes. You guys make sure you are keeping up with us, keeping up with the episodes. Of course, we'll be back next week for another recap.
Remember to email us. Remember to visit us on social media. We really want to hear your thoughts, guys. The PK Social at gmail.com
and on Twitter and Instagram
and Facebook. Share with us. Let us know what you think. Let us know that you're listening, tuning in. We appreciate it. We want you to spread the word. Let everybody else know to watch, to listen to PK Social, and we will see you guys next week.
Awesome.